Company culture, is it important? Does it make a difference? It absolutely makes a difference. It makes a difference because people like to belong, and that's what a culture is within a company. And it is a huge emphasis of the work that we are doing at ID360. And personally, I'm actually involved right now in writing a book with one of our clients called Conscious Culture. And it is all about how do you think about culture? How do you then act and behave and exhibit that culture that you have defined? And how do you interact with the rest of the world? And so what does that look like? What does it mean? And again, what does that have to do? What does a culture have to do with how we behave? Well, it directs everything. If I know that these are our core values of my family, my company, then I'm going to behave a certain way. I know that within my family, if there are things that are said, we have a saying in our family that's not the Zoller way. We don't have conversations in a certain way that are sarcastic or mean about someone else because it's not our family culture. And that is the same thing in a company. And what happens is that verbiage becomes very clear and people start to live it and they start to breathe it. And ultimately what it does is it kicks out the people who don't live the culture. Great example. So one of the person I'm writing the book with, in their company, they had a person who was their top producer. And he did not live their culture. And they are a very intentional, culture-based business. And they said to him, you're not living the culture. And we are going to, and they talked to him about it a lot of times, and eventually said, you're not living the culture, you cannot be a part of our organization. So companies that truly live their culture, it really does spit out the people who don't live the culture. They may go somewhere else and it works perfectly. In that place, it doesn't. And what I would say about culture is that if you don't know, as a company, as a team, don't know what your culture is, it's there, it exists, it always exists. You have to formulate it, you have to make sure that everyone is living it, and you have to make sure that the rest of the world knows that you're doing it. And that's how you really form a culture. Reach out to us and join in this amazing movement of growth. LinkedIn, Facebook, or go to our website at id360inc.com.